Three, two, one. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Bot Podcast. My name's Tucker.
I'm Chris. Today we're gonna be doing like a rating for like 20 games or so if we have time. And we're gonna give it a rating kind of like a 1 through 10. No single digit numbers, so you do like a 1.5, 1.2, stuff like that. So you want to hit us off with the first one?
For sure. All right, first game on our video game tier list episode is going to be one of my top games, Titanfall 2. Now,
Love it.
short description of Titanfall 2 for anyone that doesn't know what the game is, even though you should. You have military person who goes in robot and they fight people who are also in robots, and then you kill each other.
That's a great description.
It's a pretty short, sweet description of the game.
It is.
Sorry, you go ahead.
Oh, I was just about to say it. Story-wise, dude, is just phenomenal.
Oh, phenomenal game.
Like,
the story, that's one of the best campaigns I've ever played in any video game.
Yeah, I think it has everything you could want. And the best way I can explain this, if you've ever watched Big Hero 6. You ever watched Big Hero 6?
Yes.
It's literally Big Hero 6. Without
Yes.
spoiling, Big Hero 6, the only negative thing I would say about this game is it is made from EA.
Okay. If we're gonna go common stereotypes, all right, fair enough. Now,
I mean,
let's rate it though. Honestly, for me, the best rating I can give it in its current state is an 8.3, and that's because
well, I would say, what about the peak? I would say the peak because
there's the peak, but then there's also the way the game is now, and those are the two things you got to blend together, because this has got to be a rating on the game like in its current state as well as where it's been before. So when it first opened up, campaign phenomenal, multiplayer phenomenal, both of them so much fun, and then they abandoned the game, and now the campaign's still phenomenal, and
they abandoned it so quickly.
Yeah, but they abandoned it, and the campaign's still really good, but the multiplayer has done nothing but gotten worse. The servers are so bad, you time out within 30 seconds. It doesn't matter what you're doing. Even when you get into a match, you can time out of that and lag out so easily, and that just brings the overall rating down. And I hate that. It's one of my favorite games, but the best rating I can give for it, because of the way the multiplayer is set up right now, is an 8.3.
8.3. So I'm kind of going a little bit. I'm going off of like just so much what I had to do with the game, like because I'm not just thinking about Titanfall 2. Also, I'm thinking about Titanfall for me. So, but with taking like all that away of like my personal view on it, like because I went to the Titanfall 1 grand release, which was a huge thing. Someone got a random helmet. They were giving out deluxe editions for random people. So that like that experience, taking that all away with the multiplayer, kind of like how it was easily abandoned. They add a bunch of stuff to it, but then they just didn't add anything else to it. And then they just kind of like, we're done with it. I feel like they moved everyone to Apex.
Yeah, that's initially what happened. Is they're like, all right, we need to start working on this game, and they said, all right, so we'll just drop this one where it's at.
So for me,
so angry.
The multiplayer is. I don't want to use the current state because like there's some other games that we're gonna have on this list that current state aren't gonna look good because of the fact that it's such an older game.
Right.
But what was your rating again? 8.2?
8.3.
8.3? Honestly, I think this might be the only time we agree on something, but I think 8.3 is really good.
Yeah, I really do want to make it a higher rating, but I just, with the way the multiplayer is right now, I can't give it any higher. The campaign's still really good. The multiplayer's still really good when it works, and that only works 30% of the time.
I'm gonna go ahead and take that back. I know I just hyped that up. Now I'm thinking about it. I'll give it a 7.9.
7.9.
Just because, and we can fall in the middle of like a 8.1.
8.1 would be a solid middle.
For me, I was thinking about it. it is made from EA, which is a huge downfall
Yeah.
because we're gonna have another game on here. It's made from EA, but it's just kind of choppy sometimes for me.
Yeah.
I feel like the motion's not as smooth as Call of Duty. So,
Yeah.
but oh yeah, the next one. You ready?
Yeah. What's the next one?
Borderlands.
Borderlands.
Uh,
All right, give a small description of Borderlands.
a
Refresh my
small
memory. I've
description.
only played the game so few times.
Well, which ones have you played?
Dude, honestly, I don't know. I went over to a friend of mine's house. He's like, "Yeah, you want to play some Borderlands?" And I was like, "I have no clue what this is, but yeah, let's play it." So we sat
Well,
down and we played it for like 2 hours.
oh yeah, Borderlands is the first one. Vault Hunters trying to get the vault. Pretty basic, probably the most basic storyline you could possibly come up with. And it goes from that to the second one having this crazy storyline with one of the best villains of all time, Handsome Jack.
Hmm.
With again another vault hunt. The whole point of the game is you to find vaults. That's the whole point. Looter shooter, badass, like
Yeah, I did enjoy that aspect to it. Is like it was really just like you said, looter shooter. You went and killed a bunch of stuff, and then you looted everything, and
yeah, that was
it
it.
was
That was
chaotic,
it.
and there was a lot of destructive like objects around. That's actually one thing I liked about it is almost everything on the map was destructible. Like it didn't matter what
Sort of, yeah.
yeah, it didn't really matter what it was except for like large objects. Everything else besides
You could
like
just
large objects could
Yeah, you
blow
could just
up.
pretty much yeah, you could
Yeah.
pretty much just blow up anything.
So you're like,
Especially
I
if
see
you
a
use
trash
certain
can over
characters.
there. I want to blow it up, and you could just gone.
Yeah, there was cars too,
Yeah.
stuff like that. The rest of them kind of got they weren't so good. They were really bad.
Mm.
The pre-sequel was okay-ish. It was so bad though, from my understanding, that the company that made it, the UK version, shut down
Oh.
after the game. And the Borderlands 3 it did okay. Like it
Mm.
wasn't. I thought it was too much in certain areas. They really made it PG.
Yeah.
So for me, overall, unfortunately, even though Borderlands 2 is phenomenal, best villain, I would say I would give it a 8.5 just because Borderlands 2 and the villain Borderlands 2 covers like
Yeah.
it's so good that it kind of blocks out the rest of it.
Right.
So
I think I could definitely agree with that rating. Like I said, I I've only played this game for like 2 hours, and that's when I was at a friend's house, and he was like, "We're just gonna sit down and play it." So we both sat down, we played it for like 2 hours. So I definitely could agree on that. From when I played, it was enjoyable. There was definitely features that I didn't like, and I'm trying to remember what they are. Uh,
well, you played the first one or you played the second one?
dude, I'm gonna be honest. I don't remember which one I played. It was definitely one of them. Um, I think hmm. I think I would have liked maybe just a little more bit more destruction. I know I was giving that a lot of praise a little while ago, just how destructive it was. But like some of those key features, like big buildings and stuff, I would have loved to have seen that you could destroy them. I think that would have been a really cool
You
feature in the
probably played
game.
the second one then.
Yeah. But just like when it came to the bigger objects for such a destructive game, I think it would have been really cool if they added that concept to it that everything was destructible. I think
Yeah.
that would have been pretty cool. But I
Um.
definitely could agree with that rating. It's for how much I've played and what I know, I can agree on that.
All right.
Um,
Also heads up, you're definitely gonna hear my dog barking in the background.
oh,
She's whining. She's upset, but just heads up. All
over.
right.
All right, moving on to our third game. I Are you writing these down? I forgot to be writing these down. The ratings we're giving.
No, I don't have a pen and paper.
Here, let me. I'll make a quick. So Titanfall was a 8.1 overall, and
Yep.
Borderlands was a
Was a
8.5.
8.5.
All right, now we're moving. Oh,
I
mm.
would just say for this one, just be in general
Oh yeah.
too. And
I
so,
this is gonna be fast. Battlefront 2. Now this is gonna be the Battlefront 2, like
I would
the
say
newer
just all
one.
Battlefronts, honestly.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Let's just do all Battlefronts. I think that we can give this. This will be pretty easy. 10. Oh,
Nah,
sorry.
there's no
10.1.
10.
10.1.
There's no 10s.
10.1.
There's no 10s.
10.1.
Not
Dude,
even
Star Wars
close.
Battlefront, the older ones and the new ones are such a phenomenal game.
Battlefront 2
The
is
newer one, the graphics in it are phenomenal. They are stupidly good. And the old ones, dude, they're old,
nah.
but they're still so much fun to play. I go back and play them all the time. I absolutely love
Okay.
them.
Battlefront 2, the original one, is super good.
Mm-hmm.
It is I've one of my best friends, Logan, shout out. We played that hardest difficulty ship mode. We didn't even realize you
Yes.
can make a ship, so we beat the whole game with one ship. It
Yeah.
was so difficult. Um, I love that game, but Battlefront 1, when they came out with the original, the remake of Battlefront 1, was so fucking bad. Like they looked good, but it
Mm-hmm.
was so fucking bad. And then Battlefront 2 is also pretty fucking bad.
Dude, I
In
don't know what you're
my
talking about.
in
It's
my
so good.
opinion, because of the fact that as a someone who doesn't play like religiously kind of
Mm-hmm.
like compared to you, uh it got really annoying wanting to be a Jedi and then having somebody sitting there waiting to fucking pick it like consistently. I'm like I
That's
can
okay.
never
That's
play.
fair.
And same with like when I was wanting to do the Sis or whatever, and the only time I got to play them was if I did the Sith versus the Jedi stuff.
Mm.
So
That's fair. I can definitely agree on that portion. I should probably restate what I've said. It's the game. Okay, the older one's phenomenal. I absolutely love them. Battlefront 2 is fun to play with friends on the offline ones. So like your
oh
co-ops
yeah,
where you like going against the AI, uh oh, what is it? Heroes Showdown, like where it's a 2v2 for heroes. That one's really fun to play. Online can be fun if you're willing to deal with people who never touch grass.
oh
Who never
dude,
touch grass. Dude, there was a time I was playing and there was a Max. The word said Max. MAX. It wasn't a level, it was literally level max Vader. The man never
jeez,
died ever. He was killing everyone, never went down once, top of the leaderboard, had points, way more points than anyone. Like, I think if you could have added everyone else that was on his team, added their points up, and he still had more than his entire team combined. It was
jeez.
ridiculous. So,
See,
the
that
multiplayer portion is fun as long as you're willing to deal with people who don't touch grass. But the offline version, so like the co-op version, stuff like that, really fun.
oh
Ewok
that
Hunt
was
is fun to
scary,
play,
dude.
but like the
Yeah,
co-ops and stuff, those are fun to play.
that's another thing too is the servers were terrible. Every time I tried to get into a game, I would get like kicked out, or the game would like, oh, EA servers are down. I'm like, okay, and I would recheck in like 2 hours. EA servers are down. I'm like, what is going on?
Were you trying to play it on computer or Xbox?
Xbox.
Xbox, really? Because
Yeah, it was. It would constantly shut down for me.
I see. I never ran into that issue. More as I ran into issues like for like whenever I tried to join Hero Showdown when it's just 2v2.
Hmm.
Sometimes I join in and it'd be like 2v1 and we'd be sitting there for like 10 years waiting for that
Oh,
one extra person to join. Or that person would
also,
leave and it wouldn't try to find another.
also, uh, I mean, I'm a huge personal fan to customization. Didn't like the customization in the game. I felt like there was a lot for stormtroopers,
Dude, that's all
but
that matters.
no, like the Jedi's themselves, like it took forever for them to release decent stuff for
Mm.
them to like, and then they were like, oh, you can buy it. They were putting out loot boxes and fucking. They were wanting you to spend more a shit ton of money because it's EA.
Not to flex, but I got every skin in the game when I bought it.
Oh my God. Did you buy the biggest editions?
Nope, I just bought just the game, and then it's like, congratulations, you have all the skins, and I was like,
What? Oh wow.
so that's pretty
But
cool. Okay, but I
what's
gotta.
your rating?
All right, I'll take my 10.1 back
Oh yeah.
after the.
It's
So
definitely not a 10.
the older games, still highest tier I could give them, but Battlefront 2 has some downsides to it. I will give it a crisp 9.6.
It's not gonna have a high rating. It's not just
Dude,
because we got to meet in the middle, and you're gonna hate this, but I give it like a 6.5.
a 6?
Yep.
Bro.
It's a, mm, it's at least when I play. You try to find something
I was
like
trying to
I'm
find a
down with it.
calculator because now I got to do some
My
subtracting here.
dog is so pissed. Uh,
What'd you say? 6.5?
yep, 6.5. So I'll give my reason why you're doing that. So the reason is the second one is so good. No one ever talks about the first one, the first Battlefront, right? You don't ever hear anyone talk about the original first Battlefront. It's
Right.
always Battlefront 2. So that automatically knocks it down some. It knocks
Mm-hmm.
it out of the nines right there. The remake Battlefront 1, no one ever talks about that piece of shit game because of the fact that the only way, remember, the only way you could become a hero is if you get the hero coin,
Mm-hmm.
and then people were camping by it. You would look over and see 20 people just sitting there, like ready to jump on it. I'm like, dude,
Yep.
chill. That was terrible. Um, the second one got bad for me just for the fact that like the time period I did play, it was consistently I could never become a Jedi or a Sith unless I picked that mode.
Okay. The campaign though of those older ones was so good.
They were, but did you play the campaign for the second one?
Yeah,
How was that?
good.
Do you
Are we
Was
talking
it
about the
good?
second one or Battlefront 2?
Battlefront 2, the remake.
Ooh, like the newer one? Dude,
Yeah.
I love that campaign. That campaign was so much
Let's
fun.
just make this clear too. You obviously over there somewhere behind you
Somewhere in.
are obviously a bigger Star Wars fan than me though.
Oh, I gotta get in the
Yeah.
frame. For anyone that's wondering, that's a Venerator class. Hold on, I gotta get the name exact. Venerator class Republic attack cruiser. It's the
Yeah.
Clone Wars
So
era Star Destroyer. Just saying, it's
so
favorite craft right there. It's really cool. Anyways,
So for me, that's why I would give it 6.5. I just think it was very. I would lag out a lot because it was the EA servers. So
okay.
6.5 for
So
me.
let's meet in the middle at a 8.5.
Is that a legit MIDI? Or is that just like you just can't go down any further?
I don't want to put this game any lower.
I think a medium would be like. I don't think I can give it 8.5 now.
Why
It
not?
is maybe a 7.9.
That hurts me even the right. But we've already spent a significant time on this game alone, so I'm gonna write it down, and I hate it.
All right, so the next one is Call of Duty as a whole. I played almost every Call of Duty almost.
I have
Um,
not.
I haven't played the last three just because I just got kind of tired of it. Which ones have you played?
I played Call of Duty Black Ops, Advanced Warfare, Ghost at one point, Cold War, uh, and I've played Black Ops 2 Zombies, and I've probably played a couple other ones. I just can't remember the titles, but that's like when I was at a friend's house and we were
Let's
just
just do the multiplayer for this.
the
I feel like
multiplayer.
zombies is such a huge different thing.
Yeah, that one could be fun map dependent. So multiplayer wise, all right, let's hear your rating first, and then I'll
Oh,
give mine.
I think it's 5.1. It's in
Agreed.
the middle. It's just because there's so many of them and there's such like, oh, this one's good, but this one's bad. This one's good. This one's bad. This one's bad. This one's
It's
bad.
also just a
It's
it's
inconsistent.
yeah, it's also just you grind the hell out of the game
Yeah.
to get a skin that moves for your gun.
Yeah, I
That's it.
loved Black Ops 2 so much. I was pretty decent at it.
Mm.
I think Cold War or something like that. I had 105 kills.
Cold
So
War, that one was fun. I enjoyed that. I went in there. I used to be really good at it. But like I said, the really only thing that you're getting when you play multiplayer as a flex is just a skin that moves on the game. Like that's it.
yeah.
There's no other real, like, your stats are great, but that People aren't looking at that. They're looking for gun skins and stuff like that.
Yeah, especially back then it used to be like once you view over someone, it would show them the KD and stuff like
Yeah.
that.
And
So
again, this is another one of those games where it's just full of people who don't touch grass. So if you're
yeah,
looking for a game to sit down and enjoy, this is not the game. This is the game that you're going to sit down and be screaming at the screen in 5 minutes.
yeah, I don't think, especially nowadays, there's nothing special about Call of Duty to separate it. Like, it's trying to stay alive, but they've just done so many shitty things that
Yeah,
I
it's
just
just it's getting to the point now where they're basically just going to copy and paste the game and put it in a new era. That's about all they can
yeah.
do.
I mean, that's what they were doing before, but at least like it was going off for something good.
Right.
And you had Black Ops 2 and Modern Warfare like back to back, and then they just kind of
Fell apart.
Sledgehammer came in after making Titanfall 2, and
Mm,
they made Infinite Warfare.
yeah.
I think that's another reason that I think they took away from Titanfall 2, which they should have made a Titanfall 3, but
They
that's
should have.
another story.
Maybe they could work on it again. That'd be great.
Yeah. So
Anyways,
so 5.1.
5.1, I can
Yep.
agree with that. I was actually I wasn't gonna give it a high rating anyway, so
Mm.
5.1 would be great. And for time's sake, I think that's a good place to move on to the next one on the list. Ooh, this is gonna be good. Subnautica, the series in general. So this is gonna be Subnautica and Below Zero. I'm going to come
Mm.
in strong here and give it a crisp 9.5. Subnautica 1 had its issues, mostly, and it was mostly like game related issues. It wasn't,
Mm-hmm.
story wise, there was not much I could complain about. Game issue wise, it just when it came out, it's slightly older. It has issues with rendering. That's like it's my biggest complaint is rendering. You could be sitting in one area for like 10 minutes before it has a chance to spawn everything in. If you go too fast,
Uh,
it can't spawn in the map around you. And this is like in specific places. Like it's
mm.
not like it's everywhere. It's like there's these one or two spots across a map where you go to and the rendering is just awful. Uh
I mean that should bring it down a decent
well,
amount right
so
there.
you would think so, but the overall game in general, the storyline, the graphics of the game, just the overall environment of the game just pushes that number way back up. The storyline of that game is phenomenal. And then the one thing I could say about it is it felt like there was a lot of loose ends of how this happened. Because for anyone who hasn't played Subnautica, it's a game where you get your ship is shot out of space, you crash land on this planet, and it's basically a big ocean, and you have to go in. It's Minecraft in the water, basically. You have to go you have to go in, find resources, build your stuff, and then leave. And while you're doing this, you kind of figure out what is going on that world. And long story short, a virus broke out that was killing everything, and the architects are what they called the architects who were there. I'm not going to dig too much into it, but the architects who were there realized this problem and basically quarantined the planet. And they had this big laser turret thing that would shoot down any ships that came in to prohibit them from leaving and possibly carrying the disease to other places.
Mm, that makes sense.
Now, the problem with that is they don't they don't give a lot of talking about how the architects got there or how the disease broke out. And that's where Below Zero comes into play. And when that game came out, it was basically I felt Below Zero wasn't really a game, more as it could have been an add-on to
Mm-hmm.
Subnautica in general. But they did make a game out of it. It's like I said, it feels more of an add-on. Below Zero kind of just tied up the loose ends of the first game because they go in depth into details about why the architects were there, how they got there, how the virus broke out. Won't say how it broke out. If you want to figure it out, go play the game. But they go into details about that, and it has a very nice ending to that. So overall, I'd have to give this game a 9.6.
So just off of some of the stuff you said, how the rendering for some at least certain areas. Sorry again for the dog. She won't shut the fuck up. Um, she the rendering is such a huge issue. For one, two, you also forgot a big thing. This game did not come out fully done. You had to wait so long for this game to be like, hey, it's fully done.
Right.
And like even then, like I didn't even know it was fully done
Yeah.
There was like when I attempted to play, I did think it was decent. Um, they had to. I remember they had to do a whole. They did a whole like graphics update on it because it was out for so long that.
Yeah.
So for me, based and I watched a lot of the gameplay for it too. I'm not gonna drop down that low, by the way, for
I
you.
okay, hold on. Before you give your rating, we both missed a crucial detail. There's no multiplayer on this game,
Again,
and the devs refuse to make it multiplayer.
yeah, that's the thing.
I
Multiplayer
forgot about
games.
that. I
If
forgot about that. But there
what do
are
you,
mods for it. You can install mods
okay,
to make it
but
multiplayer.
I play on Xbox. I don't play on PC. A lot of people play on Xbox. Xbox created Xbox Live, which PlayStation did the same, like right after, not Xbox Live obviously, but whatever the hell they use. But like I don't want to play a game by myself. Like I don't, especially
That's
that
fair.
type, a
Dude,
survival
that
type
game is
game.
terrifying to play by yourself.
Yeah.
You get down into
So
some places where like half the stuff down there wants to eat you. I played that. Oh, I can't even remember when I played that game, but I played that game in like during high school, and it was like trying not to shit bricks the entire time. Okay,
so for me, it's got to be a 6-9.
dude,
Like
what is with you with these low ratings?
it's just because if you look at it total all, when the game finally came out, if you would play it when it is fully finished, without these below zero, just played it when it was fully finished, I would easily somewhat agree with you and say it's easily 8.7
Hmm.
for me. But there's no multiplayer. The graphics were kind of shitty back then. There wasn't even a fully finished story. You could only play so much, and you're like, oh, don't know what to do now.
Right.
Uh, there were problems with certain places loading, and in a survival game, if you're about to get attacked and you can't even see what's in front of you, that's a huge issue.
Okay, so hear me
I
out.
give it a 6.9. I think we should.
8.2. 8.2.
I
Come on.
can't give it
It's
a.
the storyline. The storyline is so good in that
I would
game.
say 7.9.
7 point. We already have a 7.9 though.
I mean that's fine.
You can do an
7.9.
8.1. Fix this issue.
You know what? Oh, I'll agree. 8.1 overall.
8.1.
The
Okay.
finished
Oh, we have an
product now.
8.1 as well. Oh, I guess we got to go
That's fine.
8.2.
Nah,
8 point
8.1's fine.
8.15.
No, 8.1. 8.1. All right, let's move on to the next one. We talked about that one. Well, you talked about that one, which makes up for my Borderlands one. Next one we're doing GTA 5, just
Oh
GTA
my
5 in
god.
general. Not so much the rest of them, just because this one is the more popular. It's more
This is the one that's been out for what, like
multiplayer
50 years now?
since I was in high school. Came out in 2013 or 14. So my senior or junior year of high school.
All right,
I was
hit us
18.
with that
So
rating, because there's
10
this
years.
game. Everyone and their mother knows this game. There's no describing this game.
Yeah, there's no describing this game. Honestly, uh, before they put oppressors in,
Oh, that
oppressors
dropped the
ruined
rating.
it. Oppressors, honestly, because of oppressors, I stopped playing. Um, Before oppressors, I would easily say this is 9.5. It's so much fun with the multiplayer. After oppressors, I gotta say seven, and not even seven, 8.2. Like
6.3.
6.3.
6.3, bro.
Did you have any
Okay,
friends to play
so
with?
dude, I played this game with my friends a lot. It was so much fun to go in there and just do stupid shit all the time.
Yeah.
And then the level 1005 would join the lobby and wreck our shit. Also, this game, okay, I'm going to talk strictly multiplayer. I'm going to be honest. I never in my life used the way they meant for you to make money in that game to make money. I never did. You want to know how I
Oh.
made money? Glitches. Because that game is glitchy as hell. That is how me and my friends would make money. Because going
You
in there and doing it the way they want, it just you got money stupidly slow. I never got money the way that you were supposed to in that game. And because, well, first
well,
of all, the task took forever. You
let's just
made
say this
some.
too. When did you start playing the game? When it first came out, or like
I played it.
a couple years after?
It was definitely a couple years after because I started playing it a lot when I was in high school, And
So that would be around what, like 2018?
uh, yeah, somewhere around there.
Yeah, see, that's 4 years. So when the game first came out, we didn't have, when it first came out, this is something that you probably didn't even have to deal with. We had to create our character, and we were in a lobby by ourselves to get our first car. And then once we got our first car, we spawned into the actual world.
Hmm.
Instead of now, you're instantly in the world, and they're like, good luck.
Yeah,
So like that's probably what you had to do.
that's what I had to do. It was basically I joined in the like you said the game basically said good luck. You spawn in and you just have to know what you're doing. Like I joined in
Yeah.
and my friends were like, all right, well. Since you don't know, we're gonna go do this, this, and then we're gonna do this glitch to get you some money so you can actually pay for something. That is the only reason that I could even give it a 6.3 is because that game the only reason I played it was to play with my friends.
Oh yeah.
That game is super fun to get on with a group of people and just do stupid shit. Blow
See,
stuff up, piss
I
people off.
also
That is the only reason that I played.
I also had a friend, uh, his name's Shelby. He is very good at GTA, but he also had a tank very early, and so this is something you also didn't have to worry about. Is this was funny. So if there was dicks in your lobby, they were automatically, if they killed too many people, they were put into their own lobby and had to wear one of those like stupid hats. I think it's literally said stupid on it or jerk.
Yeah.
And they were in a lobby with other people who also had that hat who killed
Yeah.
more people.
So
So we didn't have to worry about that. But they got rid
they
of those lobbies.
they got rid of those lobbies, but they didn't get rid of that feature overall. They still on there. If you kill so many people, it puts you in a category of like this is an aggressive player.
Yeah.
And whenever you join servers from there, you join people who are more aggressive players like that anytime you join. Uh
Um. So what was your rating?
6.3 is the best I'd give it.
So we just say 7.5.
I guess. Yeah,
7.5.
that's fine.
All
Okay.
right.
Before we move on to the next one, for time's
We're gonna
sake,
bring about our sponsor.
I wish. I want to pull a game higher up on the list, one that some people, a really controversial game here. I think we should pull up just for time's sake. Halo. Chris, I'll go ahead and let you
Oh
give your
my
rating on
God.
it before I give
So
mine.
I just want to say, love Halo. Probably the best game series of all time. No, truth be told, I played Halo 1 once the Master Chief Collection came out. Played 2 when it came out. I already played. Jesus Christ. I'm gonna have to go deal with my dogs.
If it
You
makes
could.
you feel any better, it's like picking up like snippets. So like it's
Well,
picking
they're
up.
going insane right now.
Yeah, like I can't even hear that.
Okay, good. Hopefully it doesn't show up in the thing. But Jesus. But they. I'm gonna have to go let them out. Just continue.
It's all right. We
Just
can.
you talk about Halo.
Okay. Halo. So I'm gonna be honest. I got the Master Chief Collection because when I originally got my Xbox, it was given to us from a family member of ours, and he also gave us his profile to use because he was stopping playing Xbox. So when we got it, he had bought the Master Chief Collection. So that was like my first game that I played on Xbox. And I'm not gonna lie, it felt super repetitive in the campaigns. It was, you could describe it pretty simple. The world has a problem, or Earth people have problem. They start dying. And then they say, "We need help." Master Chief, who's in the middle of buttfuck nowhere, comes in and says, "Okay, I'll handle this myself." And then he goes in and he handles it himself, and he just wrecks people's shit. And then the world is saved, or the Marines are saved, and you move on. Next game, we're having an issue. We're getting beat. We need help. Master Chief, in the middle of buttfuck nowhere, comes in, that says, "Let me just handle it myself," handles it himself, wins, and you move on. And that's just how it is for all the games. It's
I
so
mean,
repetitive.
so that also. Sorry, I'm back though. But uh, that is the same for a lot of games though. like one of your favorite games, Battlefront 2. It's repetitive. Like it's. I
Yeah,
mean,
but this is like they say, all right, so Chief is gonna handle it himself. Here's a map that's just so big, and there's this many enemies on it. You kill them and move on, and that's it.
I mean, I I, I know your point, but my favorite game. You ever play Reach?
Uh, See, I played these so long ago, I can't remember if I have or haven't.
So Reach was not in the Master Chief Collection
Then I probably
originally.
haven't played it.
So Reach, is, in my opinion, is the best Halo game of all time because you play as your own Spartan. You customize the helmet, gear, everything, and at the end of the game, like at the beginning of the game, it shows your helmet on the ground,
Hmm.
and at the end of the game, it shows you dying, and your whole team dies. Like it just gets wiped out by one person. Um, I think one when you think of people talk about Halo's good, what is the first thing they bring up, and really the only thing is Halo 3.
Hmm.
They're like Halo 3 is the best. They never talk about how Halo 1 and Halo 2 was amazing. Halo 1, they give props to Halo though. It changed gaming forever. It's
Yeah.
such a huge pioneer. What it's done for gaming, multiplayer, competitive esports, like you that's such a huge thing. Because without that, you probably wouldn't even have fucking uh like siege ranking stuff like that.
Yeah.
But it was such like ODST. You play that one?
Probably not.
So it's where you just play as soldiers in the. I'm pretty sure it's the storyline of 3, but you're
Hmm.
playing like ODST members
Yeah.
instead of instead of Master Chief. Uh, 4 and 5 very forgettable.
Hmm.
I didn't even finish 5 because I just. Oh, not 5. Halo Infinite.
Oh yeah,
I
because it was the
just.
campaign was so repetitive. Hmm.
Well, the campaigns is different. The campaigns is a huge open world
Hmm.
campaign, and you could go and fight different bosses and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I just didn't like the fact that when you had more people in it than just you, it was like you're all Master Chief.
Yeah.
I thought that was weird.
There's now
Because
four of us.
yeah, I just it was maybe a little bit too open for me,
Yeah.
but with not enough enemies in certain areas, and
Yeah.
it
I
just.
was I was gonna sorry to interrupt.
Oh, you're good.
I was gonna pull back to what when you were talking about the online features. That was actually one of my favorite things was being able to customize the character to go into play online. I
Hmm.
actually really like that. And then this game has the most phenomenal the guy that does like the voiceovers for like the kill streaks and
Oh
everything in the
yeah.
game. Best voiceover
Yep.
for any of them. That
Oh yeah.
guy easily the
Oh yeah.
best. I'll have to
Oh
give it
yeah.
that. Like I'm trying to remember like any that he calls
Soundtrack.
out. Yeah, the soundtrack was good,
Soundtrack.
but that guy that does all the voiceovers for anything multiplayer
Double
when you,
kill.
yeah, double kill. Just his voice best one for any of the
Oh yeah.
games. I'll give it that.
Um, I think this is an easy 8.7
8.7.
because it's way better. It's way better than GTA. It's it's more consistently better than Titanfall 2 or Titanfall in general. It
Mm,
honestly, when you look at the
mm.
overall, you could hop on there now and still not have to deal with the issues that Titanfall deal with.
Okay, fair enough, but I'd still want to wait in a Titanfall 2 lobby than a Halo lobby.
That's the thing though. You prefer Titanfall 2, but you have to be
It's just better.
you got to be subjective here.
Oh, sorry, my bad.
You got to be
So let me
subjective here.
clarify.
You want
Titanfall
that
2 is just
artwork?
better than Halo, but you know.
This, you're about
Anyways,
to get
7.7.
really
Mhm.
7.7. So
7.7.
8.5.
How about an 8.3?
I'd say 8.4 then.
How about an 8.37?
I don't think we should go into those little bit of numbers. If
Which
you're that
is
close, you're already past the 5 mark.
8.33.
Nah, 8 point. Let's do 8.4. Come on.
8.4. Fine.
I think overall, I mean, there's the least two solid games out of there.
Yeah.
I know Halo. I think it's Halo 5 or 4. They did make it seem like you would be fighting Master Lock and all this other stuff.
Yeah.
and that Master Chief was gonna die,
Mhm.
and then they just kind of scrapped it for the next game, and
Yeah.
it was so. All right, so you jumped the line on that one.
Yeah. Well, because I was looking at the time here, and I was like, we're running low, and I want to make sure
How
that we
much
hit
how
at
much time we
least.
got left?
We're
We're not gonna.
if we want to make it a longer one, about 20 minutes. If we want to stick to what we uh did last time, we got about 10.
Okay.
So I say we start doing some shotgun rounds here.
Okay,
Let's not dig
so
too in depth. Let's just say the
God of
game, what it
God of
is,
War.
and get it. Yeah,
I
God of
mean,
War. Hit me.
that speaks for itself. Blood, gory. The newer ones are way better than the older ones, graphic wise. The older ones are very sexual. They had a lot of literally button smashing to have sex
10.
with people. And the newer ones are so good,
Oh, dude.
so
Soundtrack,
good.
graphics, storyline so
Yeah.
good. I could
The older
easily
ones
give
were
that
good
one.
too, but the
I could
newer
give that
ones
one a
are
9.4.
so good. Honestly, I don't know about. I would not say nine. I would say 8.7.
8.7.
It's hard
Uh
for me to put in nine because I haven't played the game.
that's fair.
I've only watched it,
So
so
yeah, I was about to say personally, I haven't played the game either. I watched playthroughs of it. Like Jacksepticeye did a playthrough of it. I watched the entire thing. It was so
yeah,
good.
me too. Me too.
So
Same person.
would you want to meet at an 8.9?
I would say 8.9 is fine. Yeah.
8.9? Sweet.
Yeah.
All right. So that's God of War out of the way. All right, let's get into the next one. Uno. This is a fun game that you could play with your friends that you could download. I could easily give
fucking
this
Uno.
one. I could give this one just 8 8.3. 8.3. Just
Yeah, I would give it that.
somewhere right in there. It's a fun
I
game
would
just
give
to
it
get
a
on.
one, but I would 8.3 is fine.
8.3.
Just
It's a
because
fun game to play with friends. Not something to play by
my wife
yourself,
always
but
beats me in Uno, so yeah.
8.1. I think that'd be solid. All right. Moving on to the next.
Art. I was trying to remember where I was. For some reason, I wanted to talk about another one down the list. But yeah, I'm just
Do you want to pull one up? You can.
No, I already talked about Ark. Ark is so good. It is. The only problem it has for me is you don't have to buy. You shouldn't have to buy a server. Just play with friends.
Fair.
And uh the bosses are too ridiculously hard.
Oh yeah. I'm not gonna
They're
lie.
they're stupid.
Any YouTuber I've seen that has fought them, they have always found ways to cheat the system.
Yeah, it's
Like that's the only
ridiculous.
way they can beat it. Like one I saw is they like flew pterodons in and basically flew them up to the top part of their map. There was like the tiniest ledge you could sit on, and they sat on that so the boss couldn't attack them. Stuff
Yeah,
like that. I've never seen someone. Okay,
I've
correction. I've seen very few people beat the
yeah
boss the way
very,
they intended.
and it's way too hard. But besides that, like I put in hours on that, like hundreds of hours on
Yeah.
that game. Me and my friends. Which eventually I would love to do a server of us doing Ark and other
Yeah.
people, but Ark as a whole, I mean, there's only currently one game out for it with a bunch of DLCs.
Mhm.
For me, that's that's a 9.2.
Nine
That's a
two.
solid 9.2 for me.
The best I could give it is 8.7. I'm gonna be honest. So the game is fun. That has its flaws though. First of all, if you want to know any of the lore in it, good fucking luck. It is so hard to go into those maps to find the lore because there's
But
places, there's like those temples you can go to with the books and stuff which give a little bit into
but
it.
that game I don't feel like is much of. I mean, there is a story
It's
to the game, but
Yeah, but if you want to know the story, like that's what I was talking about. Is like good luck. You have to basically Google where everything is to be able to figure out where everything is to go find
I
everything.
don't play the game for the story.
Yeah, well, and that's what I was gonna get into next. Is it's I don't want to say hardware issue, but that's the word I'm gonna use. And for technical people, I'm sorry. They released the game on Xbox and PlayStation, and I feel like that might have been a mistake because they struggle to run that game. I don't know if you noticed, but like when you try to open up your menu, like where you pull up your arm, there's like a half second delay to do that. When you
Oh,
do that, it like lags out the game. Matter of fact, That's basically a way you could like fly around the map. Me and my friends got on a Xbox World, and there was a portion where there was basically you were way up here, and we were trying to get across the way, and there was a big cavern. And the way we did
Mhm.
it is we jumped off, and then we spammed opening up our menu. And by doing that on Xbox, because it couldn't keep up with us, you could basically float across the cavern to get to
So,
the other side.
to be fair on that, PC, I've seen some of the best PCs have trouble running that
Yeah,
game,
I was about to bring
just
that up
because
too. Is
much.
there's
I think
so
you have
much
to
there.
bring down the dinosaur spawning rate.
Yeah.
I
So
accidentally brung it up once, and
overall,
it crashed the game.
the best I could give it is an 8.7, just because it does have some issues that I wish they'd resolve.
So okay, so you're wrong on that one. That's fine. Um, no, I would say do 8.9 then, right?
8.9, I can work with that. Okay, moving on to the next one. Hold on, now I missed my spot. Grounded. Oh,
Grounded.
Grounded. 9.8. I'm gonna be honest. I grind that game so much. Matter of
Dude,
fact, I stream it for anybody who wants to watch.
every
I-
Friday at 10 o'clock,
every Friday,
10:15,
10:30, somewhere in
10:30.
there.
Yeah.
The game very polished. The animations in the game very smooth.
Did you play when it first came out though?
So that's what I was about to get into. I'm talking about it now, not then, but now.
So I
Uh,
played it when it first came out. There was You could only go to the robot. That was it. Once you talked to the robot for the first time, there was no other story. You couldn't even go to the water. It was blocked off.
See, that's why
There
we're
was
talking about it now, not
I
then,
know,
because
but
they've
you have
polished it.
you have to bring up the old.
Yeah, yeah.
There was no stink bugs. There was a special blade you could get. They got rid of it. There was no bosses. There was no there was just a lot of stuff missing from the game
So they released
at
the game way
launch.
too early.
They did, but as it comes out now, it is. I really haven't played it that much, but I do think it's so much fun.
Oh yeah,
I think
it's
it's a top tier survival game
oh
for
yeah.
sure.
The story's
Um,
really good in it. Like compared to when it first came out, like you were saying, the game very polished.
yeah,
There's
but
plenty of bosses you can fight.
the perks they added
Oh
perks
yeah, the
now.
mutations in the game make it so much more fun. They make the game a lot of fun actually with your mutations, like planning
Oh
out
yeah,
what you're gonna use for what you're gonna do for that day.
I just wish they added more than 4 people,
It would be
like
nice to see,
an
like kind of
option
like a
for a fifth
server
or
type
sixth.
list. I think that'd
Yeah,
be really
yeah.
cool.
They would have to expand it bigger for that to be the
There
case, though.
are they are working right now on making the game bigger. There's an end of year
They
or
should.
beginning of the year update that should come out that they said is gonna have big stuff in it. But
I think
with where the game is
customizing your
now,
survival, like you should customize your survival or person.
mhm,
Um, your kid, you should be able to customize your own kid. I think that would have been cool.
yeah.
Also, map random generation. I think that would be phenomenal because Ark has it, Conan has it.
Map random generation. What do you mean?
So Conan and Ark has it, and so that almost every other survival game is. How the map is now, if you go on Ark, there's probably 6 maps. But you can select that map and the map random generation, and it takes everything in the map and completely changes where the locations are. So
Okay.
you could have on like Ark, you could have a full island, normal island. Well,
Yeah.
if you regenerate the map, that island now is in half, and
Mm.
there's an island in the middle.
So
It's
I think that'd be a cool feature, but maybe not as extreme. So maybe like anytime that they do a massive update, change parts in the map, kind of like the time in the game is still moving. So like at one point they keep it the way it is, and maybe another time maybe now there's a trash bag in the corner because their neighbor threw trash over the fence. Maybe the trash heap, depending on
in
when
they
it's
need in-world
updated, could be
events.
emptied, partially filled, and then move along with that, and then kind of like act like the time is still moving in the game.
So you kind of think in-world events.
Yes, more than like
Like it's
changing
raining
portions in the map.
outside, so now it's raining in the world, and you have to worry about your house maybe getting flooded if it's in a lower area.
Maybe, but like I
It's
said, just
too
not as
hot.
extreme. Maybe more on the down low end. So like visually, it's like, oh, that changed, but it's not like, oh my gosh, that changed. Now my base is in half, kind of deal.
Yeah, I mean that makes it more interesting though.
It
Coming to your
does.
base, like what the fuck happened?
Right,
But rating wise for this game, you're not gonna like it.
dude. Come on.
But I mean a lot of our games are good. A lot of so far in the games are eights. But we've also want to make this clear. A lot of these games we picked personally because we like them, so they're gonna be a higher ranking. Um, it's an 8.5 for me.
8.5.
Yeah.
So would you meet around a 9.1?
I would say I would meet around an 8.7.
8.7. Hold on, let me check my list. 8.7. We
It's
don't
okay
have
to
that
have
on
the
there.
yeah, it's okay to have the same ratings for games.
Well, I don't want to make all the games have the same ratings. We have one or
I
two.
mean, that's fine.
But 8.7, I agree. I could beat around that. All right. Moving on to the
I
next
want to
one.
do
Oh, which one?
at least do one more
Yeah, what do you want?
for a closer. Okay, and this it could be a touchy one for a couple friends of mine. At least one. For Honor.
4.
Is that a real?
That is a real rating.
Oh my!
I despise this
Good
game.
luck with your profile picture, because that's his favorite, one of his favorite games.
Sorry, not sorry. 4.
Um,
That is the biggest game of people who do not touch grass. The matchmaking in that game is awful. I should not be joining in to do a 1v1 with someone and be joining with a max level dude. I
So-
just installed the game and am fighting a max level dude who just
That
wrecked
is
my
true.
world.
the servers were also shit when they first came out, but
It's also unbalanced as hell.
it is one of those games that's not meant for casuals, which does suck. But you can play that game with friends, have a fun time.
I don't know about fun, but
I mean, at least for me, my friend Connor, he also does my artwork. He's also doing Tucker's artwork. He's amazing at the game. He's so good at it. He teaches me a lot about it. I'll grind on it. I'm one of the big Viking guys. I'll grab you, put you up against the wall, and knee you in the face. That's all I'll do.
I played.
I will repeatedly do that.
I think his name was Lawbringer. I think I played the knight, the bigger knight that had the axe with the spearhead on
yeah,
it.
it makes sense. I mean, you just run at people and stab people. That's all you do.
Well, so I'm not gonna lie, I could not figure out the controls to save my life. There's too many. There's too many attacks you can do. Too many combinations.
There's certain things I don't think in the game, but as much as I do not really like this game overall because of just how many bad things and how much I suck at the game, but I would have to give it a rating of an 8.2.
An 8.2? What are you on? An 8.2?
I think
What?
here's the
Nah.
thing though. It's fun for what it is. I think some of the customizations look so good. When I first played it was so much fun playing with friends. I love that they have these Vikings and knights, like these different classes. They're still adding on to it. But when I play like twos with my friend, or when we're doing domination, when I got a bunch of friends and we're just ganging up on somebody, and we're like, just fight back, and we're pushing them in the walls and stuff. It's just a lot of fun.
Okay. It does have
I-
its perks. Getting on now, I'm gonna like contradict exactly what I was saying. It does get enjoyable for the first 5 minutes. When me and my friends got on and we said that we were gonna get on and have some fun on there, 5 minutes later it ended with us screaming at our screens because the game sucks. It is super unbalanced. Any new person they add to the game is super unbalanced. There was at one point where they added characters and there was just nothing you could do if you went up against those characters because the abilities they had were just their damage was out the window. They had these stun lock abilities. If they hit you with a specific attack, you just couldn't do anything. Now I know a lot of characters have those, but the newer ones there was legitimately nothing you could do. The unblockable, they could break through. It was super unbalanced.
Like my friend says, just parry.
It
Just
doesn't
get good.
matter. They'd break
Just
through
get
your
good.
parry. It doesn't matter.
That-
No,
that's
I
his quote.
refuse. I refuse to accept that logic. that
Just
there's
parry.
some points where
Just
you
parry.
couldn't parry, or they'd be
You
all of a
just
sudden
gotta
behind
parry.
you, and there's nothing you could do. The game's unbalanced. The matchmaking is unbalanced. Like I said, I should not, for someone who just installed the game, be going up against max level people after I
do
just got
agree.
the game. Unbalanced as all get out. I
So-
like the medieval feel to it. I could not give it a higher rating than a 4. So I can't meet you in the middle on this one. The
We
best I
have to
could
meet
give,
in the middle.
the
We
best
have
I
to
could
meet in the
give you
middle,
on this
Tucker.
is a 5. I
have to meet in the
refuse.
middle.
I refuse to go above a
So-
5.
So 6.5.
5.4. 5.4.
6.5 is-
Chris, this game.
6.5 is directly in the middle.
Okay, now let's go a little bit lower than that. Let's go 5.6.
No, I
Dude.
gotta go 6.5.
5.7. 5.7.
Hey,
Let's start.
hey,
let's
I
start
went-
bartering
I
here.
went, I went on you for Grounded. I went for you on Battlefront 2. Like 6.5. Come on.
6.3 is the highest I will give this game.
6.3. Okay, I
6.3?
will accept the 6.3.
Okay, 6.3. Now, I think that was a good game to close on.
Oh yeah.
So we have more on the list that we
Yep.
didn't get to. So if this one ends up popping off and it's enjoyable to people and they want to see more, let us know.
Mhm.
And then we'll try to make a video game tier list part 2. But
Yep.
I definitely think that's a good place to close this out. Do you want to do closer? Or you want me to do closer?
So if you enjoy, leave a it's like Q&A questions. For us, it pops up as just Q&A. On Spotify at Bot Podcast or the official Bot Podcast on YouTube. Our links are also on our Twitch account, which is Beach Sheriff and
Nameless Pilot.
Nameless Pilot. I was thinking of someone else's name. I'm helping him come up with a name, so it's messing with me. Nameless Pilot. At least on mine, I have the links for our podcast on YouTube and Spotify. And if I also have our art guy down there, so if you want to get some random art, his link's down there too. You can get a hold of him. But I think that's it.
Awesome. Yeah.
So sweet.
Yeah, as Chris said, thank you guys so much for watching. If you're watching on Spotify, feel free to give it a follow and share it to your friends. If you're watching anywhere else, YouTube, I don't think we have it up on anywhere else. So if you're watching on YouTube,
Spotify,
like, comment, subscribe, and also share it to your
Oh.
friends.
TikTok. We have
TikTok,
it at TikTok.
yeah.
It is also the same as I believe. Let me look it up real fast.
I'm pretty
I
sure that
believe
one's
it's-
official as well.
Off my phone being dumb. It is also the official Bot Podcast. We share little snippets of the like the next podcast. Like this one will before this one's out, I will either before or a little bit after this one is out, sometime today or tomorrow, I will have videos up on there that you guys can go in. If you guys don't have enough time to watch the full podcast, if you just wanted to watch snippets or whatever, we're putting a little bit of that on there so you can see highlights,
Yep.
some ratings, stuff like that. So I think that's it. Do you want to talk about what we're doing next week? Snippet?
Nah,
Or
I
make
won't
a
worry about it right
surprise?
now. We're a little over time anyway, so I think we'll just cut it off there. But yeah, thank you
Alright.
guys so much for watching. Tune in next week. We should we should have this up. We should have this up soon. But yeah,
Hopefully.
I already messed it up. Thank you guys so much for watching. My name's Tucker,
Chris.
and we will see you guys next time. Peace out.